This is Reel-07B, the second of two parts of Reel-07. It starts in late December 1972.
With us in Disney World in Florida. On a train. Now on a carousel.
Anita is 3.5 and a teeny little bit extra, and David is 1.5 and a little bit extra.
I'm almost 30.
And I am almost 34. We went down to Florida every year because General Motors closed down for 2 weeks over the Christmas period. Ah, David eating.
Anita's sharing her ice cream. She always looked after her little brother. Not always as fast as he wanted. She wants to get the paper out of the way.
Yeah, I think she wanted to make sure David didn't get more than his fair share of it.
He's waiting very patiently.
Oh, here's another supplier there.
But he didn't want that.
Well, my guess is Mother didn't really get two. Mother held one while Dad used the movie camera.
Now Anita's hopping down a slope to a boat. And David's not too sure about walking down a slope.
It is difficult even for adults to walk down slopes. But Anita can hop. You've got to learn to walk before you can hop.
And she comes back to help her brother. Even if he doesn't want it. Now we're sitting on the boat. Going home from Disney World, or at least going to our home in Florida.
There's the hotel that makes you know you're in Disney World, Orlando, Florida. No, we don't put David in a cage. It's the railing at the side of the boat, doing what he usually does to such things. I think he is wanting to eat it. He does prefer ice cream, but if there's no ice cream available, there's always some railings. Unfortunately, they use paint that doesn't have any lead in it.
Now Anita's steering the boat.
She seems to have a distinct preference for starboard. Yes, you're doing just grand, dear. And you can see us all reflected in the shiny centerpiece.
Beep beep.
No, boats don't have horns. Not like that, anyhow. I would feel a lot happier if the helmsman could see where we were going. I think we must have gone round in a few circles by now. We've got 2 on the job.
And this little truck takes us back to our car.
Which is at our old Biscayne. And here we are in the place where we stayed in Fort Meyers. We didn't get into Fletcher's place and Clearwater Beach. Fort Meyers a little bit further south. Quite a historic place. Thomas Edison's connections with Fort Myer. Bunch of kids associated with the place we were staying. Football games on the beach. The sand is not near as nice as the sand at Clearwater Beach. Nor was the water. It was very shallow. But it had other attractions.
And shallow was safe for kids.
We quite liked staying at the Fort Meyers place, but we made sure we booked early for Clearwater Beach the next year. Yeah, you can see how shallow the water, the sea's edge was. You could walk for ages and you still couldn't be in a depth that was suitable for swimming. But it was great for running in the water.
The waves are very gentle. Yes, look after him.
I guess that's sunset, not sunrise, but Dad doesn't get up early enough to photograph sunrise. And the one big thing Fort Myer had was pelicans. Lots and lots of pelicans. And what a funny bird is the pelican. Puts more.
His mouth can hold more than his belly can.
Ah, that is right. And there he sits proudly.
They love those poles.
And you can see they got very tame. The people fed them. It's fun watching them, obviously. Not often get such shots of penguins. Again, a little scene from Fort Myer, and that's our guys. Far away. Still in shallow water. David's doing very well with the walking. Little guy, 1.5. Look at Anita go.
Yeah, it's nice to get time outside in the winter. Cold where we live.
Yes.
Michigan.
Snowy. So yucky. It's really, really great to get away.
No, Florida wasn't always this warm.
That's true, but it was always warmer than it was in Michigan. Oh, and he's doing a somersault. Not quite doing it, but having a shot at it. Let's see if she does again. Oh, perfect.
Very nice.
Perfect, perfect, dear. Perfect. And of course they were the two shots you had, because there's no editing in this game. What happens is what you photograph. Editing was extremely difficult.
The beach wasn't as nice to walk on. It had the odd prickly things.
Yes. And there were a lot of dogs, which was also a bit of a negative. Barking dogs and untended dogs.
Seaweed.
Yeah, it was a bit of a yucky place, really. But we had a good time. We had a good time. This was a lot nicer than being kept indoors by freezing weather in Michigan. And there's the place where we stand, with our Biscayne parked outside it.
Had our name on that notice. That's why you zoomed in on it.
Oh, yes, yes. And picnic facilities outside our room, our unit.
Sitting on the tables a coconut. That was the other fun thing they had there. Coconut trees.
They had coconut trees. And what was even nicer, you will see later, you're allowed to pick the coconuts, and they even give you a ladder to help you. And they're fearsome things, coconuts, because it's only the inner nut that you buy in the store. You don't buy all the stuff that's outside it. And they're very heavy and formidable, hard to get off. And then you better watch where you drop it when you do get it out. So
hard to open.
make sure David isn't underneath there.
Nita's being helpful. She was moving them for us. They're very heavy.
Yes. If Isaac Newton had been sitting under a coconut tree, we might never have heard of him. It was very difficult to get the coconuts open, but we did get them open, and we drank the coconut milk, ate the flesh. I mean, they were yummy, fresh coconuts. Just picked, far nicer than anything you could buy in any store. And that brings us to the end of Reel-07B.